Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to be filming today. So if you don't know me already, my name is Shannon, and today we're going to do a roundup of my best in beauty. So these are really products that I have just fallen in love with over this past year. And these are products that I found myself actually reaching for on a daily basis. So I know we all have products that we like, but these are actually products that I use almost every single day. I try out a lot of makeup, so as you guys know, I switch things up a lot. So I thought it would be fun to actually pick some products out that I actually use frequently throughout the year. And if you guys are interested in actually seeing the products that were basically my favorite this year, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so the first products I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to focus mainly on just makeup in this video. So the first products I'm going to be talking about are sprays, and the first one that I've been using quite often, is actually almost empty, is the Mario Badescu what is this? Facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So I really like this. I use this to not only set my makeup, but I do use it after I actually cleanse my skin as a toner. This is really good to kind of help with redness. And rose water is a nice natural option for a setting spray. I love the smell of this, and like I said, I just feel refreshed after I use it. And it really kind of helps my makeup set in place. I am pretty much done with this product, and it did come with 4 fluid ounces or 118 mils. You can get a bigger version of this as well, so I think the next time I purchase that, I will go ahead and get a bigger version. The other product, and this has probably been my absolute favorite facial spray, is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So I've mentioned this in a prior video as well. This is actually my second bottle. I went through a whole bottle of this. It is silicone-free, alcohol-free, and oil-free, which is really nice. This is one of the most hydrating facial sprays out there. I use this before I put my foundation on. I use it sometimes after my foundation has been on or my makeup, basically my full face, has been on for a few hours. I will go ahead and spritz this on just to give my face some hydration back. And I really love this. I think it's a great product to put under a matte foundation because it does give your face that hydration that you really need if you need that extra hydration, which is me. I do have normal to dry skin, remember, so I have seen people though with oily skin like this as well. So I just think this is a great product. It's been one of my favorites of the year. I use this on a daily basis. And it's really saying something because I have other setting sprays, and these two basically I've gone through a whole bottle, and this one's almost empty. So it definitely shows you how much I enjoy both of these. So the next products I'm going to talk about are foundations. So I have 3 foundations that I picked out. I don't even know how many foundations I have. I probably have like verging on about 30 foundations. I buy foundations like crazy. That has been like my thing this year in 2017, is buying foundations to try. I actually have a couple that I haven't tried yet that I need to do a video on, but these are the foundations that I just found myself coming back to. So the first one that I have is Shiseido. So this is what this one looks like, and it's Shiseido Synchro Skin Lasting Liquid Foundation Tint Fluid. I'm probably not saying that right, but you guys know what I mean. So this is well lived. I've broken the top on it. It's pretty dirty up here. It does come with a pump. As you can see, it's well used, and it is pretty far down. Like, I shook it up recently, but it was probably about halfway down in the bottle. This does come with 1 fluid ounce or 30 mils, so it's a typical foundation size. I do like the packaging, other than the top is a little strange and it has to sit on there weird, so that's why I actually broke it. So this foundation, the shade I have it in is Rosé, or just Rose. I know it didn't come in very many shades. I think it came in like 5 or 6 shades, maybe 7. It wasn't very many. I actually got this through Influencer, so I did get this sent to me. I didn't think I would actually like this, and I didn't think this is a foundation that I would buy. I wouldn't have bought this. So I'm actually really excited I got this to try out. You can purchase it on Sephora. It is a pricier foundation. I'm actually wearing this right now. The only thing I would change is I probably would have gotten a lighter shade. Reading this though, I would think this is my correct shade, but it's actually a lot darker than it looks in the bottle, and it is a bit darker on my skin, which you probably cannot tell on camera. But I don't know, I really love this. It just makes my skin look really smooth, almost like it has a filter on. Everything blends really well over top of it. And I do find if you set this, it stays in place all day long. I've worn this for many hours. So I just really like this. And this was a big surprise for me. When I was going through my foundations, I realized actually how much I wore it, and I knew I would have to include it in this video, but yeah, I really like this one. The next foundation on my list is actually, it is a higher end as well. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've seen this all over YouTube, and I got this quite a long time ago, like near probably the first of this year. You can't even really tell that I use this all the time, but I actually use this quite often. I have the shade 4.75, and it's just kind of a light shade with pink undertones or cool undertones. I love the packaging, of course. This was like my first really kind of luxury foundation. It comes with a pump. You can see that it's well loved. This one I find just gives a nice natural finish. I wouldn't say that it's like super luminous, but it sits on the skin really well, and it doesn't make my skin look dry, which sometimes I have an issue with that with foundations. I like that it isn't too matte. It just gives a nice natural finish on the skin, and I find it lasts decently long. I know some people don't find it does, but for my skin type it has. And I don't know, I love this foundation. It's something I always recommend if I think you have a similar skin type to me, and yeah, if you don't mind spending a little bit more or splurging a little bit more on foundation, I think this one is really good. And the last one I'm going to mention is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. So this is a favorite of mine too. These are all the standard, I think. Is Giorgio Armani as well? I think these are all the standard 1 fluid ounce. This is as well, even though it looks like super tiny in comparison, but this one is really nice. You can get this for like under $7 on their website. I know Sephora is starting to stock some of their products, but they don't have the foundations yet. This is a nice, it gives a decent amount of coverage for a serum foundation, and I actually prefer this over the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. So there's two. Don't get them confused. If you're going to go on, I would go with the serum foundation. This glides on your skin so easily and effortlessly, which I don't even know how to describe, but it's a really good foundation. It acts almost like a high-end foundation, and like I said, it's under $7. I wouldn't say it gives full coverage, but you can definitely build it to a nice medium coverage, and they have a pretty good shade range, so you're pretty likely to find a good match for your skin, so I would highly recommend this. For concealer, this is going to be no surprise. I'm not going to talk too much about these because I don't want this video to be like hours long. But my favorite concealer definitely for this year is the ColourPop No Filter Concealers. So one of these is Fair 5. This one's more yellow toned, and then Fair 10 Neutral is my favorite, which you can tell this is pretty much gone, and this is the second one that I've had of this. This one's definitely more of a neutral, and it has more cool undertones than this one. This one's very yellow, but I can use both of these, which I clearly have. This goes on so smoothly. I mentioned this in all my videos. You can see me applying it in several of my videos. It blends out easily, and I think it keeps my under eyes hydrated more than, let's say, the Shape Tape, and that's why I prefer this more. I don't get any kind of like dry under eyes, and this goes well with any of my powders. So this has definitely been a favorite of me for 2017, like the hit concealer for me. I would highly recommend these. They are only $6 on the ColourPop website. Of course, that is US, so in Canadian, you're probably looking at about $8, but definitely would recommend really great concealers. So moving on, we're going to do setting powder. So the only setting powder I really used this year, up until like a couple of weeks ago, is the Coty Airspun Translucent Loose Setting Powder. So this is highly scented, so if you are someone that's sensitive to scents, you will not enjoy this at all. It's very strong, but this is really, like, it's under $10, I believe, in the States at Walmart. You can pick this up. I'm not sure here in Canada. I actually purchased it on Amazon, but you could check here. I'm not sure where stocks it though in Canada, but I just really like this. It's a really nice translucent setting powder. It's inexpensive, and I think it's as good as some high-end powders. So, and I've had this for pretty much the whole year, and it pretty much still looks full. Like, you will never run out of this. I think it would go bad before you would run out of this, and I'm not even sure of the shelf life on this, but it lasts a really long time. It's a good setting powder, and yeah, definitely get this one if you can. I have recently though switched it up to the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I wear the shade Fair. The shade range in this does run a bit dark, so if you're lighter like me, I would go with the Fair one if you're using this under your eyes specifically. This one is really nice. I'm really loving this. I think it works amazing, and I've heard a lot of people rave about this. I'm glad I picked it up. You can get this at the drugstore for under $10 again. So yeah, I would highly recommend either of these powders, but this one is really great and it's definitely becoming a quick favorite of mine. So the next product should come as no surprise. It is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. So that's what it looks like. It is well loved. It has a nice clasp opening, has a big mirror, and this is what the pan looks like. It's pretty well loved, as you can see that big indent in there. I'm really sad that I'm hitting pan on this. I love this. It's great for doing your makeup because it has such a great mirror, and this blends effortlessly. Like, it is one of the best bronzers I have tried. It's the perfect mix of like cool tones and warm tones. It's not too warm and not too cool. It just looks really good on the skin. This is a pricey product. If you wanted a more inexpensive dupe, I would say the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I do like this one a little bit better as far as the shade. So this has been a favorite. I've used it in every single video I think I have done this year, so highly recommend. I'm not sure if you can still pick this up. I know they did bring it back recently, but I'm not sure if it's still on the site, as it was, I think, a limited edition product. But if they are watching this, you should definitely bring this back because it is the best bronzer that you put out. It's better than the black one, definitely. For me anyway, for my skin tone. So I hope they bring this back. So moving right along to blushes, I have two that I've used quite frequently. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Blush, and specifically this shade Vintage Rouge. So it just looks kind of like the butter bronzer, so that is the shade. It's a really, really pretty kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a corally pink red. I just really like this. I think it's a good product, under $10. It blends out super easily. The color lasts all day long and it smells amazing. It smells like the rest of the line. So that's something I really enjoy about this. Please ignore my dogs barking. Hopefully they will stop soon. The next blush is an Hourglass blush, and this one is in Luminous Flush. So this is what it looks like in pan. I have also used this a lot. This was like pretty upright and now it's pretty flat. I love this. Again, this gives kind of a nice luminous finish to your skin. It's not like highlighty, but it gives kind of a nice, like I said, sheen to your skin, and it's a really beautiful on. These are some of my favorite blushes. I actually want to pick up more of these because I think they are so good. I actually think they're worth the price. The packaging is nice. It is kind of plastic, so it's not like heavy, which you kind of expect. It does have a nice little mirror, but I love the product inside of these. I haven't tried to blush anything like this, so if you get a chance to pick one of these up, it's definitely worth the splurge, and I love these. All right, so for face products, again, Physicians Formula, and these are fairly recent, but I use these every single day recently. I have tried a couple other highlighters that I like, but these ones are definitely favorites right now of mine. I know that they're new, but I have been using these constantly. So these are the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters. So I have two shades. I have Pearl and I have Champagne. Love both of these. So this is Pearl, or sorry, this is Champagne. Beautiful reflective color. This is a really kind of like almost like a cream to powder formula. It does have a little bit of micro glitter, but it's nothing too crazy, and it really does melt into your skin. And this one is Pearl. This one's one of my favorites. I think this one matches me almost perfectly. If you're fair, like light fair, you would really like this. Light medium, you could definitely get away with this one. They do have three other shades. I think they have a holographic shade. They have a rose gold shade, and then they have like a deeper bronze shade. So, or another pink shade, actually, a pink shade. So you could definitely check these out at the drugstore, under 10 bucks. Really good products. Love these and would highly recommend. Okay, so the other highlighter I want to talk about is one from Becca Cosmetics. So I like a couple of these. I like Opal and I like this color. And I got this in a full-size and BoxyCharm, and this is Prosecco Pop. So this is just a beautiful like gold shade. It does have a little bit of like, I don't know, almost like a pinky sheen to it, but I love this. It's a beautiful gold highlighter. It goes on so smoothly and it just melts into your skin. It doesn't look like too glittery. It just looks like a very high shine, kind of wet looking highlight, which I really enjoy. But I do think if you want to get the same kind of punch out of it, the Physicians Formula ones are pretty close. So a little bit different formula, but they give you kind of the same punch. But I do really love this highlighter and I've been using it a ton. So I would recommend this one as well. And it has definitely been a favorite. All right, so for eye products, I'm going to mention a couple palettes. So one that I have to mention is the Modern Renaissance. This one has been around for a while and everyone raves about it, but I love this palette. I use this daily, almost daily. I pull a color from this. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is pretty dirty. I've hit pan on Vermeer, I think it is, the shimmery shade. I use that color a lot. It has a nice mirror. And that's what the color scheme looks like. Like I said, you've probably seen this 100 times. It comes with a little brush. Yeah, I just love this. I think it blends effortlessly. If you're in a hurry, let's say going to work and you want to put together a nice look, a warm tone or pinky look, this is just a great palette to go to every day. And I think it could work for so many people. So this one I just love. I haven't found a palette I like as much as this. This is literally a fave of mine, a cult favorite, and I can understand why, because it's amazing. I hope they come up with another palette like this, but this one is beautiful. Definitely one of my favorites of this year. Another favorite for metallic shadows would definitely be the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow Drenched Metal Palette. You can tell this is pretty well loved. It does have a big mirror. I'll try not to show you guys that, but these are the colors in there. So there's a good variety of colors. There's only one matte down here in the corner where I am tapping, and that shade is called Secret. So that does give you a nice like kind of transition shade, but this is really a palette you'll have to pull other palettes from. But these are beautiful, and you can use a setting spray to make them more vibrant, but just applying these with your finger, they look absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if this is still available. I actually purchased it on Beauty Bay. If it's still available there, I will link it down below. But I would highly recommend this if you like a more metallic look on your eyes. It's very beautiful. One of my favorite palettes, and I pulled this a lot. I pulled this out a lot this year to use, so I definitely would recommend this. The other palette should be no surprise. This is a Morphe palette, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Look how dirty this is. It's so disgusting. The one thing I hate about this is the packaging, just simply because I know now it's coming out with a glossy finish, but I of course got it when it launched and I got the crappier packaging, but that's okay because I love the palette. So there's no mirror in this one, which is sad, but this is what the palette looks like. You guys have probably seen it all over. And I use this one a lot. I pull from this a lot. I actually used it today in my crease and as a transition shade. I think it's a really good palette, so definitely would recommend this. It blends well, and I think this is better than a lot of the other Morphe palettes that have been released. So if you're on the fence because it's Morphe, I would still give this one a try. It is more money, but you do get a lot of shades in here, and it kind of comes with neutrals, warm tones, cool tones, and some colorful pops of like some colorful shades. So I think this has a little bit of everything, especially if you're just starting with makeup. And yeah, I really liked it. It really worked out well for me. I'm glad I picked it up. So the last couple of products I'm going to mention, one, I have to mention glitter because I'm a big glitter fan. So my favorite probably glitters of this year, of course, the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. They do have these shimmer and glows now, which I recently tried, which are beautiful as well. A lot of times I'll use these and then put like a glitter over top. I do have a couple full size. I think I have Smoky Storm and Rose Gold Retro in the full size, but I picked this one up over the holidays, this little set. Beautiful. I love this red shade over here. I think it's called Next to Nod, and you can pick this up in a full size as well. But these are absolutely gorgeous. I don't have to say much more. You guys have seen photos. People have talked to death about these. If you want something with minimal fallout that applies really easily as far as glitter, this is the way to go. If you can still pick up any mini sets, you should check them out, but I will link the individual ones down below if you guys want to go ahead and pick those up. And the last two products I'm going to mention are lip products. I wear a lot of lip products, so I don't really have like super favorites. So I pulled the ones, as I said, like everything else that I use kind of like on a daily basis. So my apps, so I'm going to actually go with the one, my absolute favorite I'm going to leave to the end. So one formula I really liked is the Tarte like Rainforest of the Sea Color Splash lipstick. So I got these early in the year. I got two shades. I have Beach Babe and Salt Life. I don't have Salt Life on me, but it's kind of like a pinky mauve. And this one is more of like a beige pink shade. It's just like the perfect nude color. I really love this. I love the packaging on this, and it's kind of a nice creamy formula, but it does dry down kind of matte. It does dry down kind of matte, but it does have a creamy consistency at the same time, and it does last fairly long throughout the day. So I really like that about this. It doesn't dry my lips out, which I appreciate because that happens a lot with matter lipsticks, but this one's just a perfect in between. And I would highly recommend checking these out if you get a chance on the Tarte website because they're really good. And the last lip product I'm going to talk about is from MAC Cosmetics, and I'm not sure if this one's still available, but I like any of their lipsticks. This is a cream sheen, I believe, formula it is, and I like this because it's nice and moisturizing, but it gives a nice opaque lip. I like more moisturizing glossy lips, so if you don't like that, you might not like this, but this is the collaboration they did with Samantha Ravindal. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. She's a Canadian YouTuber here on YouTube, and I will link her channel down below. She's awesome, but this color, like, look how much I have used that. That's all that is left in this color. It's just a perfect, I'll actually put a little swatch on here. It's just the perfect pink. Like, it's just such a perfect color. And I just found I grab for this a lot. I always throw this in my purse. And if it's in my purse, then it means I use it a lot more than some of my other shades. I like I said, the Cream Sheen MAC formula. These ones are just perfect to me. I think it lasts a decent amount of time, even though it's more of a glossy, like, creamy finish. But I love this. If it's still available, I'll link it down below. There is, of course, all kinds of other neutral pinky tones from MAC. They have hundreds of lip shades that you can check out, but this one is one of my favorites. I had to mention it because I grab it constantly. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for this video, for my best in beauty video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. That really helps me, and hit that subscribe button down below as well. There are probably many other products that I did not mention in this. But, you know, I kind of tried to round up all the things that I use on a daily basis that I just really like. Like I said, I try so much makeup that it's kind of hard for me to choose, but those are the products that I use on a daily basis and really love. One I did not mention is Ka-Brow, Benefit Ka-Brow. I love this. This is like a gel pomade, so I have to throw that in there. But I use that, and this is just a mini version of the Gimme Brow. These two together, that's how I do my brows now. Love these. These were a late find, but a good find. But other than that, that is it. That is all the products. I think I probably missed some. I did. I missed my mascaras. I missed these. I have to throw these in. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original in Black is Black. And then I also have the Essence, the False Lashes Mascara, Extreme Volume, and Curl Mascara. So I use these two together. Love them both. They're great mascaras, both at the drugstore. This one's under 10. This one's like $5 maybe. So really great finds at the drugstore. Sorry, I forgot those. You guys, if you watch my videos and you see my list, you know what I like. But yeah, that's everything I can think of right now. I'm not going to add anything else to this video. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. I'll probably be talking about the worst products for me of 2017. But have a great weekend, guys, or weekday, whenever I happen to upload this, and see you guys later.